On August 3rd, 2023, something unprecedented happened. NASA received a strange, garbled signal from Voyager 2, the spacecraft that has been traveling through interstellar space for over 45 years. At first glance, it seemed like a typical technical glitch. After all, Voyager 2 is over 20 billion kilometers away from Earth, and its systems are aging. But something about this signal didn't sit right with the team at NASA's Deep Space Network. It wasn't just noise, it had structure, unusual modulations, and most importantly, it didn't match any known command or telemetry format. Then came the shocking discovery. Voyager 2's antenna had somehow shifted by just 2 degrees, making it transmit sideways instead of directly toward Earth. This minute deviation was enough to disrupt normal communication, but what caused it remained a mystery. Voyager 2 was launched in 1977, twin to Voyager 1, and both probes were designed for planetary exploration. After their historic flybys of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, they continued on a trajectory that would carry them into the uncharted darkness of interstellar space. Voyager 2 is now outside the heliosphere, the protective bubble of solar wind that shields the solar system from the interstellar medium. It's one of the only human-made objects to ever escape this boundary. It's powered by a small nuclear generator, and every year, its energy output fades a little more. By 2025, it is expected to fall completely silent. But before that happens, Voyager 2 may have delivered one final mystery. NASA engineers scrambled to regain control, sending a series of blind commands, hoping one would realign the probe's antenna. Days turned into weeks. And then, 2 weeks later, Voyager 2 responded, a clean, stable signal. NASA announced triumphantly that the spacecraft was back to normal, but they never fully explained what the strange signal was, nor did they disclose the full data from the garbled transmission. This led to intense speculation both within scientific circles and among internet sleuths and conspiracy theorists. Some claimed the signal bore unnatural rhythms, almost like a coded message. Others suggested that Voyager had encountered something or someone in the vast void between stars. Theories began to spread. One idea was that Voyager 2 had passed through an electromagnetic anomalia region of space dense with radiation or magnetic turbulence that interfered with its systems. That would explain the glitch. But this didn't explain the modulated structure in the signal. A more controversial theory proposed that Voyager 2 had been intercepted, not by humans, but by something alien. The idea sounds far-fetched, but proponents pointed to the probe's unique golden recorder time capsule containing sounds, languages, music, and greetings from Earth. It was designed with instructions on how to play it, assuming that any intelligent life that encountered the probe would be able to decode it. Could it be that Voyager 2 was discovered by something intelligent? Something curious about its origin? Skeptics quickly dismissed the idea, pointing out the vast emptiness of interstellar space and the low probability of such an encounter. But optimists and science fiction enthusiasts argue that if life is out there, even a single instance of contact would change everything. The idea of passive SETI waiting for alien life to find us instead of actively broadcasting is not new. Voyager may have become our first real passive beacon. There are also darker interpretations. Some believe the signal was not just a reply, but a warning, that whatever received the probe's data may have sent something back a test, a probe of its own, or even a coded message we don't yet understand. A few fringe theorists go so far as to suggest the signal was an intentional disruption meant to sever our link to Voyager before it could transmit more. NASA has remained silent on the deeper contents of the signal. Official statements mention realignment and successful communication, but nothing more. And perhaps that silence is the loudest part of the story. Because if there was truly nothing unusual, why not release the full signal publicly? Why not allow independent researchers to decode and analyze it? There's also the question of timing. Why now? Voyager 2 has been adrift for decades. If something found it, why wait until 2023 to send a response? Some scientists speculate that Voyager may have crossed an invisible boundary region of space where signals or gravitational forces behave differently. Others think it's possible the probe simply drifted into the detection range of an unknown intelligence, one that doesn't use light, but something more advanced gravitational waves, perhaps, or something beyond our understanding. This opens up the possibility that our current science is still scratching the surface of what's truly possible in the universe. Could there be civilizations that detect space-time ripples instead of electromagnetic signals? What if their entire form of communication is so different from ours that the Voyager signal seemed like a bizarre anomaly to command? Their reply was never meant for us to decode at all. Philosophers and scientists alike are now reflecting on what this means. If the signal truly was contact, even indirect, what ethical obligations do we have to respond? Should humanity build another message, launch another probe, or do nothing and quietly observe? These are not decisions for scientists alone, but for all of humanity. Meanwhile, Voyager 2 sails on, silent again, into the abyss. It carries a snapshot of Earth from a time long past music by Bach, greetings in 55 languages, and a child's laugh. It represents who we were and maybe who we still are. If someone out there truly heard us, we may have just whispered into the void and gotten a whisper back. In the absence of clear answers, the mystery deepens. Voyager 2 continues to sail silently through interstellar space, carrying a message from Earth, drifting ever farther into the unknown. It may never send another signal again. Or perhaps, one day, it will speak once more, not with telemetry or coordinates, but with something else. A new kind of transmission, a message not meant for us. Until then, all we can do is wait and wonder if, at the edge of everything we know, something has finally noticed us.